Okay, I just want to take a second and show you this thing I came up with. It's maybe not so different and interesting as some of the other things I make, but I think it's very practical. It works really well. So I made, well, I had a table that just had some extensions that came out for cutting plywood or long pieces of wood or something like that. And the issue I had with it was that that's all it did. And it stays up against the wall, and it's a pain to get out, and then I don't use it for anything else. And so I didn't use it. And this table is great for just doing stuff in the middle of the shop, moving around material and that sort of thing, but it's not big enough to cut like a piece of plywood, and it's not big enough if you've got something long. So what I did was I added these extensions on here, and I'll show you a close-up in a second, and they fold up underneath, and I just added these pieces of pine with grooves on them to go on top to make it level with the top, so you can put a piece of plywood on here and cut it. And really it's pretty simple. The bungee cords really just keep them from moving around because they're on hinges, and that's really it. So let me show you some of the details. Okay, these pieces on the ends fold into themselves, and the reason that they do that is so I can have a stop on the outside. Because what happens is, if you just leave this to go, this hinge will just come all the way around, and you want it to stick out at like a 45-degree angle. 45 is arbitrary, it could be anything, but that's what I chose. So this is just all of this was scrap. I think I had to buy the hinges. But this is just a lap joint. The reason this is tapered is because if you have a piece about this wide, you can get two pieces out of one piece. If you make it the same width all the way down, you need a wider piece. That's the only reason why they're tapered. They also don't need to be, full thickness out here. The key is at the joint here. So just a lap joint, some hinges. There's a ring on the bottom here. And I just mounted them so that this top part was flush up against the tabletop here. And you can see my lap joint's not even that good. It's a little off, but it doesn't matter. And like I said, these things just hook together. And on the other end, the other piece is on the end so that the tension between the bungees keeps them in place. And then for this piece right here, this is simply a piece of scrap with a 45 milled on it, and I just cut it down until it's already 3/4 of an inch, and I just cut it down so it fits in there and keeps it at that angle. That's all there is to it. Piece of scrap pine with a groove down the middle of it. I did this so that when it gets cut up, I can just replace it, and I'm not replacing these parts right here. I thought about attaching it some fancy way, but I don't think it matters. Now for the top, you might end up getting some holes, some grooves in the top. I'm not too worried about it because I do plan to put another top on top of this that is used for clamping and has some track rails and stuff in it. So overall, I'm not worried about that. Dimensionally, there is nothing specific about this table. This was sized to be the height of my table saw, so it can be used as an outfeed. So I think it's 36 inches, but I don't know. I think I did the rest of the sizing to get it out of one sheet of plywood, and that's it. It's just a shop table. I did add this centerpiece on, so I have someplace to mount these centerpieces, and these fold up right against the center, and they both go the same direction. They both fold to the right, I guess is how you'd look at it. And this will sort of be held in the center by these bungee cords. I did have to mark these for the middle because these pieces of scrap are a little wider. No big deal. Other than that, there's really nothing special about it or anything except that I can fold this all up in just a few seconds and be back to doing whatever I need to do with the table, and I don't have to worry about the stuff getting in the way. So that's it. It's nothing special. I think it's going to be more practical. Maybe you can make it a little cooler and have some more features, but really, it's not that exciting. The dimensions of these side things were as much as I could get out of them, but I think they stick out about, so this is 2 feet, and they stick out about another foot on either side, so that makes it 6 feet by about, 4 feet by about 6 feet, and that's perfect for cutting big sheets. Take care.